Hi, I'm Patricia Greenberg, and welcome to It's Okay to Be Old, a show about all things aging well. Well, one of the many obstacles we have about taking care of ourselves is how we feel about ourselves and whether or not we feel worthy of living a happy, healthy life. This seems to be a prevailing theme lately. I always say that every single decision we make throughout the day is based on our self-esteem at that given moment, and we all know how quickly that can fluctuate. We know what we need to do to stay healthy and well, and that isn't just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's your surroundings. But often things occur in our lives that cause us to give up and not stand up for ourselves. My guest today is Kellie J. Risley, also known as Kellie, and she is the author of Rage and Reps, a 30-day movement and healing journal for women rebuilding after betrayal. Welcome, Kellie.
Hi, thank you. Glad to be here.
So just let's cut to the chase. Tell us what this book, Rage and Reps, is about.
So, Rage and Reps is for the woman like me who has been through betrayal and the world was turned upside down. I was with my ex for about 30 plus years, and he decided to have an affair. So, journaling became my tool that I leaned onto to start healing myself. But I also know it's hard to even know where to begin when it comes to writing. So, I wanted to make this simple but powerful tool for women. That's why I created some prompts in the book. You don't have to figure out what to write, you just follow along.
And so when this happened to you, how much time was there between finding out, doing something about it, and your healing journey?
I would say, like, how long did it last? Like a year that I was in this depression.
Yes, yes, I'm saying tell us about your journey. Yeah.
So I would say I designed this book, this 30-day program out of my own healing journey. I needed simple tools to help me feel like myself again. I
Hmm.
was in such a deep depression, drinking more, not wanting to go to work, not sleeping at all, not even showering. So I wanted to write something for women to get through this. And I'm sure they can relate to all that I went through. So I wanted to create something practical, simple, but powerful for them.
So but I'm saying about your journey. Tell me about your year. What was that like for you?
So not good at all. I had some therapy. I have a friend of mine who husband is a pastor. I did a lot of journaling. I didn't go back to the gym until, probably the end of the year. And I've exercised all my life. And that's part of healing, getting the rage out, going for an hour, clearing your head. So I had to snap out of it, wake up one morning and just get myself together and focus on myself again. It, you just get down into a deep depression. And I know other women have been there, and I want to help them come out of it.
Were you living alone at this time?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. My mother and my best friend would show up to see how I'm doing, like unexpectedly.
Yeah.
I didn't even, I didn't even want that, but they were there to support me. But I
Yeah.
just didn't want them showing up.
I know. And so that's the funny thing is that when you're in a depression or you feel like it's never going to get better, nobody
Yeah,
understands me, I'm all alone in the world, and your outside world is trying to penetrate that. Your friends and family and people around you are trying to find out what is it they can do to help you. So it's
right,
almost like a little bit of a tug of war, is that
right.
you don't want to you want to be helped, but you don't want to be helped. You're grateful that they're there, and yet you don't want to share because it's humiliation in particular is one of the emotions that we feel. You're so embarrassed
Oh, yes.
by things that have happened to you, even if it's not your fault. And that's the interesting thing about that is we feel shame for things we may not have even done, and that
Sure.
spiral downward is really one of the worst. It's what could I have done differently? Why did I make those decisions? And then you feel stupid and you feel inadequate and you don't want to
Yes,
tell anybody you feel that way, right? So
right. And
it's
I've
this
had those
terrible
feelings.
spiral. Yeah.
Yes, I've had those feelings of what could I have done to save it? What did I do? How did this happen? But again, that person chose they chose to cheat.
Right.
There's nothing I could do, but you're so deep in the depression. You, of course, you want the help, but you also have to get through it. Leave me alone for now. Let me do what I got to do, which was writing, and I will snap out of it at some point. But I feel that's healing. You have to go through the stages, and that was one of them for me.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's like a death.
Yes.
What I know that for many people recovering from hurt of all sorts, more often than not, it's a process, right? It requires baby steps.
Yes.
So, maybe tell us a little bit about what's your words of wisdom for someone who's just can't do it, can't dip their toe in the water.
Yeah. Well, I would say start messy. I had to start messy. You have the strength in you to get through this, even though it doesn't seem like it, because you feel like your world is done. Like you said, it's a death. It's hard when you've been with somebody since you were like 18, 19 years old. And then in midlife, you're starting all over again. But you can get through it. Surround yourself with great people. If you can, get out, go for a 5-minute walk. Start to move your body. That's part of healing that affects the brain and your thoughts. Maybe try listening to podcasts, start reading, and you will slowly start to see the changes. It's going to, one day at a time, just take it at your own pace. You will get through this, and hang
What?
around the right people.
So for you, it was movement and writing. That seemed to be the two things that really, really worked. At what point did you feel, because I know some of the, here at It's Okay to Be Old, we talk about rebounding at any age, starting
Yeah.
new at any age, starting a new job, a new career. And I always say, and I'll share with you and for all of us, writing a book for the sake of writing a book is for you, not to be so hooked into how many am I going to sell or who's going to like it, or, what if the cover, there's all this thing about you need to publish this way and the cover photo has to look like this. And there are no shoulds here, right? I mean, everything has to be this black and white way of writing a book, but it's not at all. Everybody has their own path and their own timeline for this.
Yes.
So at what point in your healing journey did you become motivated to write the book? Was it something like the day you woke up and said, hey, I got to get up and re-enter the world? Or was it later on thinking, wow, this could really be a book? Where in there did that light bulb go off for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So after I've been through the worst pain of my life, I woke up one morning. Look, mind you, I lost 20 pounds in 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much stress, which again, other women went through this. So I looked in the mirror, my face was sunken in. I had to start rebuilding my own strength. And that's when I became motivated. When I saw myself, I can't live like this. I'm not going to let this bring me down. There's no way. So I just started writing and thinking of, okay, what do? I journal, I exercise. I got to nourish my body. I got to move my body. So I wanted to give women that tool to rise up too, because betrayal can make you feel like your whole life is over, but it's not. I wanted them to know they're not broken. You can do this. You have the strength as well. It will come on your own time, but you can do this. And
I love that. Yeah, you can do it. You can. It's extraordinary what we can do, regardless of the circumstances, right?
And your thoughts are so powerful. And I know that, you hear that all the time, but your thoughts control you, and you have to put good stuff in there and know that you can do this. It will happen.
Kellie, I'm sure that this was very cathartic for you, obviously, to practice this as well as write it. And the description that you write, this 30-day journal combines movement, mindset, and emotional release to help you rise after heartbreak. Can you share with us sort of the nuts and bolts of how you came to design the 30-day program?
Sure. So again, I designed this out of my own healing journey, and I wanted to have some simple tools to help them. So I put some prompts in there instead of doing like a blank journal, because even though you have stuff in your head that you want to get out, sometimes you just don't know where to start. So I put some 6 daily practices. Some of them are mood check-ins. How are you feeling for that day? You know, what are you going through? Are you sad? Are you lonely? Some movement prompts. Again, move your body, get out and walk, dance in your own house, put the good music on. Some trigger dumps, get that negativity out. Some confidence hits that I put like quotes in there to lift them up. Some fuel notes. How did you nourish your mind and body for that day? And then, you know, a little space for journaling to reflect.
And how
And
long did it take
repeating.
you to put this together?
It took me probably a good year,
Ah,
maybe a little less, because I wanted to, again, make it simple.
mhm.
So, and then repeating those for 30 days, you know, there's different mood check-ins, but repeating those for 30 days over and over, that's where the reps come in, because reps equal transformation, just
Yeah,
like when you're working out.
yeah, yeah. That's a
You got
wonderful
to,
analogy and a way to describe it. Yeah. Mhm.
yep, you have to reprogram your mind, get that garbage out, and start from there. And again, this is just a tool. And then if they can do the 30 days, other creative stuff and what you want to do in your life will come.
So do you find that you keep going back to the same things, or do you find new things now to excite you and reinvigorate you?
So yes, I am doing new things. You know, of course I'm back in the gym,
Yeah.
but before this, I never journaled, you know, so that was something that I learned to do. Actually liked it. Again, I don't watch TV. I start doing other things, learning other tools, reading more. That's all I do is read and listen to podcasts. I'll go on walks, and I didn't pick up like anything completely new, but there are just things that weren't doing my brain any good. Like
Yeah, yeah.
what simplest thing, watching TV. Okay, I don't even do that. I actually canceled my cable subscription.
Wow, good for you. I
Yeah,
wish I
because
wish
it's
we could
just,
all have that freedom. That's amazing.
I know it's just garbage. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
I'm not doing this. I'm staying focused on my future.
that's great. And emotionally, intellectually creative, these outlets are just fantastic. Um,
Yes.
can you share one of the daily prompts that you put in, or just share a couple of detailed prompts that you put in for our audience?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, obviously a trigger dump, that's a good one
Mhm.
because you have so much negativity in your head. You don't want it to sit there. You want to get it out because one will sit on top of the other. Your mind will start to wander, as it is with positive things as well. But get it out on paper. And then, you know, go outside, take your walk, go do some kickboxing, do some meditation, you know, whatever it is that's going to release your stress and start to change your patterns. You got to create new habits now.
Yes, yeah. So it's part of that process too of letting go of old things that
Mm-hmm.
we no longer work, but are hard to release. I know that that's a
Sure.
tough one for a lot of people. Kelly, what message do you want both men and women? I mean, I think it really translates for both to take away from this. What's the one
Sure.
message that you want people to know?
I would say the key is to make that decision, make that choice that you're going to start today and know in your head that you can do it. If you if you can get through 30 days of journaling with the prompts that I give you, you don't have to think about what to write. Just answer the prompts and write it out. If you can do 30 days, your thinking will change. And then keep going and keep going. You're going to be a new person after a year. And then that new person you are, you will create and attract those friendships, those relationships that you want in your life.
Yeah, it's
But
always say you can make new friends and new relationships at any age. So it's very,
yes,
very encouraging. Kelly, how has this book changed you internally?
uh, I would say I became definitely stronger, that I can get through something that's going to attack me like that. Confidence that is starting to rebuild again, because let's face it, that went down.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
that went down. So that will slowly start to build again, and getting back out there in the world. Get
What's on
out there and
I'm
dress yourself
sorry?
up. I just want to say, get out there, put your best clothes on,
Yeah.
do your makeup,
Yeah.
start to feel good again,
Yeah. Yeah.
and go out
Yeah.
there.
So what's next on the agenda for you? What's coming up in your world that's new and exciting?
So I have a couple things I want to do. One of them is a clothing line. I would like to start a clothing line, and I'm actually collaborating with somebody on a perfume line
Very
because
nice.
women want to smell good. So I certainly do. And new fragrance will bring up new emotions, memories, good ones. I actually threw out my old perfume
Mm,
because it's just something that I had to do.
right.
You know, I liked it, but that's what I wore before.
Yeah.
So we're
So you
starting
have a you
fresh.
have a very clear line of demarcation from before and after. Yeah. And you find that helpful? Did you get rid of a lot of things in your life that were reminders?
Yes. And, you know, again, the perfume thing was a big thing because I always
Okay.
like to smell good.
Yeah.
So I did, I got rid of that. And some other stuff in the house. And some stuff I did keep because I have a daughter. We have a
Mhm.
daughter, and she might like some things as she gets older.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah. That's very big of you. I think that that's amazing that you thought of her
yes,
and how this might affect her. And so you,
right.
yeah, as we say, throwing the baby out with the bathwater is getting rid of everything and then
Yeah,
realizing,
yes.
there was a part of that life that means something to other people.
Right, right. So I didn't
Fantastic.
want to get rid of,
Yeah.
pictures. It's basically pictures
Yeah.
and the wedding stuff. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to save that for her.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Kelly, I can't thank you enough for joining us. This has been very, very enlightening. You can reach out to Kelly at Kellie J Risley on Instagram as KJ Risley. And the book is Rage and Reps, available at Amazon.com. I have a copy here with the cover. I love it. Like I said, Kelly, I just want to say that I think it really translates for anything that you might have had going on in your life
Yes.
that caused you to have a dip in your confidence and your self-esteem and where you're going. Again, any of these things that make you feel better about yourself and
Mhm.
empowering are fantastic. They're just ways of us getting out there and saying, I can do it. I can do it again. I can start again.
Yes.
Ellie and I have now become friends. See, we both made a new friend, and
Yep.
it's really wonderful. And we all just want to keep going with this. Um, Kelly, in closing, I want to ask you, what do you like about getting older?
Oh, everything's on my terms now.
Yeah,
And I get to live by my own rules. And it feels good. I'm in charge.
yeah,
And they can be as well.
yeah, yeah. That's a great one-liner. I'm in charge.
Mhm.
And you know what? We always were and never knew it, right? Isn't that the shame?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's the beauty about getting older is you start to realize it's all yours. It's yours and yours alone, and it's wonderful.
So
Um,
true.
yeah, and I want to thank you so much for coming on. I wish you all the best with this and all the success in the world with this book. Again, Rage and Reps at Amazon.com. The author is Kellie Risley, Risley, and we will post that when the show is up. And I want to thank all of you for listening to It's Okay to Be Old. Please subscribe to my channel for our engaging discussions on all things aging well. And for feedback and topic requests, you can contact me at www.patriciagreenberg.com. Stay well and stay safe. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.